In this video series, you are going to learn how to create and profit from your own niche sites. There are 4 stages to launching a profitable niche site, and we're going to talk about them all briefly right now. First of all, you need to do some research to find a profitable niche. Then you need to set up your site. Next, you add content and automate, and then you set up the traffic sources. And now we'll expound upon those in detail as we go through the video series. Now in this case, research is very simple. We don't need to go do an extensive bunch of research, doing keyword research and all that kind of stuff. All we have to do is think about what desperate people want. Let's take some for instances. People that want to stop smoking, people that want to lose weight, that kind of thing. You can target any of those kind of niches. In fact, you can target any niche that you can think of. Because of the way we're going to set up these sites, you don't have to worry about the competition. Rather than target a niche of desperate buyers, I'm going to target a niche that is something I personally enjoy and go with that. But you can target any niche you want. And here is the niche I'm going to target, and it is dog health. I'm just doing this because I love dogs, so I'm going to go with a sub-niche in dogs. I just did a Google search just to see what the competition like. There's lots of it, 12 million, but I'm not really worried about that. Just want to make sure that there's lots of results in Google and that lots of people are looking for it. Okay, so now that we have our niche, the next step is going to be to start setting up our site. Now to set up our site, we're going to need a domain name and hosting. Now I'll show you where you can get hosting cheap, that you can host as many domains on as you want just from one monthly fee that's very low, under $5. Also, you should get your own domain name for each site. Now, what you want to do is pick a domain name that is keyword rich with what you're targeting. So we're targeting dog health, so we want to try and find something in the dog health niche. So what we'll do is we'll just start searching our domain names until we find one here. Okay, so I found one here, ahealthydog.com. You don't have to worry about dashes in the domain name because most of our traffic is going to come from other places rather than people typing in the domain name. So having dashes in the domain name is fine. As well, it is easy for the search engines to pick up the words within your domain doing it this way. So I'm going to go ahead and register this, and then we're going to continue on. Now that we have our domain, what we need to do is set the name servers to point at our hosting account. Now with your hosting account, they will have given you the information that you need to put in here. So depending on where you registered your domain, you will go into the name servers function and you will change these domains. I'm showing you the GoDaddy interface here, but this could be any domain register that you choose. You'll need to set the domain name servers to point at your hosting account. Now, like I said, I can show you a place where you can get cheap hosting with cPanel and Fantastico that allow you to host as many sites as you want for a low fee of under $5. Okay, so what I would do is go into name servers and change those, and then we'll go and start setting up our site. Okay, so on GoDaddy, we're on our park name servers right now. And what we want to do is go to the custom name servers, and then this is where you would enter the name servers to your hosting provider. And I click OK, and that's all set up. At this point, our hosting will work within a short amount of time on our new hosting account. We can start setting things up. Okay, and as you can see, our domain and hosting is now set up. And if we were to go to the site right now, there won't really be anything there yet because we haven't done anything. Okay, now the platform we're going to use to set up our site is WordPress. And we're going to do this for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's one of the easiest ways to get a professional looking site set up in a short amount of time. Secondly, it has lots of free templates that you can use. And thirdly, it's very search engine friendly, and you can add functionality to it that will automate everything for you as far as the search engines and content are concerned. And that's why we're using it. Basically, this is going to be a set it and forget it type of system. All right, now what we have to do is we have to go and download WordPress to our own computer, and then we have to download several plugins. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go to wordpress.org and we'll download the latest version of WordPress. Okay, so here we are at wordpress.org. We'll download WordPress. So what you want to do is download the zip file. And I created a file on my computer called A Healthy Dog, and we're just going to download it into there. Okay, that's going to take a minute. Now what we want to do is we're going to want to download several plugins, and I'll give you the URLs to those inside the resources document. First of all, we're going to want to download one called WP-O-Matic. What this does is it takes RSS feeds from other sites and creates posts from them for you. So we'll download that. Again, we'll download it to the same folder. And then we want to download the Google XML sitemaps. This creates a sitemap that the search engines will read every time you make a post or a post is made for you. So we'll download that. Next, we want to download the all-in-one SEO pack. This makes your WordPress blog search engine friendly. So we'll go ahead and we'll download that. And the last one we want to download is one called GoCodes. What this allows you to do is make redirects. And what that does is it allows you to mask your affiliate links with a redirect easily inside the WordPress blog. So we'll download that as well and save it. Okay, so we wait for all those things to download. Now what we have to do is go to the location on our computer where it is and unzip everything, get it ready to upload. Now you can just save this install information once we have this all set up, and every time you want to set up a new blog you can just upload everything and then make the changes. It's much easier to do it this way than to go and set it up with cPanel. Even though cPanel is a one-click install, you'd have to upload all the plugins and all that. This way we're going to have one set of files that we can upload with an FTP client such as FileZilla. Okay, so we'll go open up the folder on our desktop. Okay, so here it is here. So the first thing we're going to want to do is unzip the WordPress zip file. So we'll just extract it. Whatever unzip software you use, just unzip it with that. Okay, so here it is here. And here is our actual WordPress install files. Now what we want to do is unzip each of these plugins that we downloaded, and then we're going to copy them into the plugins directory within our WordPress that's been unzipped here. So I'm going to go ahead and extract all those. Okay, as you can see, I've extracted all these. Now, all-in-one SEO pack, you'll see that there's a folder within the folder. So we don't want to upload this folder. We want to upload the folder within here. So we want to upload the folder before all the files. So what we'll do is we'll copy this, and then we'll paste it into the WordPress install into WP-content plugins. We'll paste that in here. Okay, then we'll go back and we'll look at GoCodes. Copy that. Now behind here should be the files, and they are. So usually you're going to have to go one directory in, and then we'll go back to WordPress again. WP-content plugins. Paste. And we'll go back to Google Sitemap Generator. So again, go into the second folder in, copy into the WordPress, the content, plugins, paste. And then WP-O-Matic, same thing. Copy the inside folder, back into the WordPress, WP content, plugins, paste. All right, we now have a WordPress install right here. And what we're going to do, I'm just going to do a cut. And then I'm going to paste this out to the beginning here. And now everything is contained within the WordPress directory here. So all I have to do is upload the contents of WordPress to my site and we're all ready to go. So I'm going to delete everything else out of here because I don't need it anymore. You can keep it around if you want, but I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, so there we go. That's all we have to do is upload that. So what we'll do is we'll use an FTP client called FileZilla, which is free, and we'll upload all the files to our server. Now I'm going to open up FileZilla. Okay, so on the left-hand side here, FileZilla, this is our local folder, which is a healthy dog, and I uploaded it to the desktop. And then over on the right side is going to be our server. So what we have to do is we have to set up a new FTP connection for our site. Now we were given the FTP login name from the hosting company when we set it up with our domain name. So we'll go ahead and set that up. So what we can do over here is put in our host name, which is our domain name, so a-healthydog.com. Here we put the FTP username that we were assigned, and then in here we put the password that we were assigned. Then we do a quick connect. Then we click the little plus sign. You go to public_HTML, usually on servers. It could be something else. But this is where we want to upload our files. On this server is to public_HTML. Your hosting company will tell you where you need to upload your files to get them visible on the web. Now what we do is go to this side and we go inside the WordPress directory, and these are the files inside here that we need to set up. Now what we want to do is upload everything. So to do that we would have to select all the files. Now to do that all you have to do is select the first one, not the one with the empty file folder here, but the first one, then hit Control key and A, and that'll do a select all, and you'll see that they're all selected now. Then right click and click Upload. This will put them into the queue, and this will take quite a while for them to upload. But once it's done, all your files will be up and your WordPress will be ready to install. Now while it's doing that, we need to go and create a database for WordPress. So what we have to do is go and sign into our cPanel for our site. And then once we're in here, we go to MySQL databases, and then we create a database. It doesn't matter what you call it. I'm just going to call it dog. And we go back, and we got to create a username. So again, I'll just call it dog. Then create a password. Okay, do not use the word password. I'm just doing that for demonstration purposes. So then we create that. So just click Create User. And then the last thing we need to do is attach the user to the database. Now you see I have two drop-down lists over here, one for the user and one for the database. Now if you have lots of databases set up and lots of users, there'll be many in here. Since this is the only one on this particular hosting, there's only one. So all we have to do is attach these together, make sure all is checked, then click Add User to Database, and then go back. And our database is now set up and ready to go. So all we have to do is wait for our WordPress install to finish uploading. Okay, so in the next video we will continue with the install.